Journal 2, I Want Peace. A letter from Atheen. Dear future brave knight, to understand peacetime, you need to know the history behind the holiday. Archfried Absalom, the peacemaker, lived from 2004 HC to 2074 HC. He became freed in the Holy City in the year 2034 HC. He reigned as Archfried from the year 2049 HC to 2074 HC. His biggest accomplishment was promoting the peace treaty, which survived for over 2,000 years. He wrote his autobiography to teach the youth about finding peace and following God's teaching. The main focus was to teach young soldiers that they could leave their bloodthirsty world and have a peaceful life. He also wanted to teach his children the difference between peace and pacifism. Your beloved mentor, Atheen S. Neidhart. A brave knight.
Chapter 1. Peace-Seeking Soldier. Dear peace-seeking, spiritual friend, after 15 years of only seeing violence, I craved peace in this bloody world, which turned into my life's goal. At this moment, I suppose you prefer me to introduce myself first, but my past is irrelevant to learn because I was reborn on this day. My name is also irrelevant because I have not used it for 15 years. This day has been engraved in my heart. I was resting under a tree beside the river when the world heard the news of the two kings' deaths. When the town crier walked behind me on the main road, he blew his horn and announced, "Hear ye, hear ye. Our town mourns its beloved King Asher. A terrible sorrow has fallen to our town as we mourn our king. Hear ye, hear ye." Another town crier walked in the opposite direction and announced, "Hear ye, hear ye. Sufra town's King Braz had died, and the generals of both towns made a peace treaty. Hear ye, hear ye." The villagers paused their work to hear the town crier's announcements. The two villagers cried about losing their cruel kings. They falsified their emotions to show they loved their kings. When you live under a big government, they can mentor your thoughts and feelings, my child. I had a modest grin under my hat, but no one noticed me or my smile because I pretended to be asleep. I had overwhelming happiness. Peace had come. Unfortunately, my joy paused when I reminded myself I had nowhere to go. On the 4th day of the 7th month of 2034 HC, the unending war had ceased because of the death of the two bloody thirsty kings of T Hills Valley in the Nar continent. I thanked God for resolving the war. He had heard the cries of the dead soldiers' mothers and widows. I constantly thought, why did the war not end sooner with fewer casualties? For the last 15 years, I have fought in this endless war, and I have no family, friends, or home. Today, I am a 30-year-old man with no skills except sword handling, but I no longer want to fight. I want peace. I stood up, gathered my things, and cleaned the blood on my sword. I shoved the sword into my sheaths. I chuckled at myself and thought about how an old habit was difficult to change. While cleaning my clothes, I found a coin in my pocket and stood on the road from west to east. I tossed the coin, which landed on heads, so I walked west for 2 hours.